Hello, hi, how are you, children? I hope you all are doing fine. Children, let us continue with our computer chapter. In our previous video, we stopped till our riddles. Now tell me, when I said you riddle, how did it get into your brain? Through your mouth, through your nose, through your eyes, or what? Yes, it went through your ears. Whatever I spoke, it entered into your ears. And from ears, where did it enter? How did you thought about what the riddle is? Yes, from the ear it went to your brain. It went inside your brain, correct? So whatever thought process you had to put in to solve the riddle, everything was done inside your brain itself. And then finally, when you reached the answer, when you got the riddle answers, how did you give the output? Through the ears back again? Through the eyes? Nose. You gave it out of your mouth. You spoke the word. You spoke of. I believe that you people might have done this one. So this is exactly the way a computer works. From the input devices, the information enters into the computer and it enters into the CPU, which is the brain of the computer, and there all the thinking and processing, solving problem, everything happens, and then finally it, the result is being sent to the output device. Yes, correct. Exactly this way your computer works. It takes the information from one side, processes it, and gives the result at the other end. Yes. Yes, see here, the data and the instructions which we give to the computer, we give through the input devices. And then it goes to the processing part. And then finally we get the result in the out. See your input and then processing. And then finally you get the result in the output. The data and the instructions given to the computer from the input happens to have processing done in the CPU, and then the output we get it. Yes, just like the way for solving a problem, we think about it and then we decide the correct way of doing it. Same way the computer calculates, compares, and then gives the result to us. The result given by the computer is called as the output. Whatever result we get it, right? That is the output. These activities, children, we will be doing in whenever you get the textbook. Until then, we'll complete the chapter. Yes. What are the input devices? The input devices are the part of computer which help us to tell the computer what to do. Yes. When if you talk to computer, will it talk to you back? No. Can the computer hear you? No. It just can read the instructions whichever you're talking. Sorry, whichever you're typing. Yes. So whatever you type in, computer reads it. So how do you type it? You type using the keyboard. Now what is a keyboard? Keyboard is the input device. Any device which we use to put the information inside the computer to get the work done are the input devices. Yes. These devices are used to give instructions to the computer. Now let us see few input devices. Yes, keyboard. Keyboard is an essential part of the computer, right? It's very essential. Keyboard is, we need to type the words. Whenever we need to type the words, we use keyboard, correct? Keyboard has 104 keys, a standard keyboard, not all the keyboards present on your laptop might have 101 keys. It differs, but when we talk about a standard keyboard, children, it has 104 keys. Why do we need a keyboard? We need a keyboard to type words, numbers, and whatever instructions we want to give to the computer. We usually type it in. Yes. Then here comes our activity which when we get the textbooks, we will be able to do it. Now, a question for you all children. Imagine you've got a problem in your keyboard. Maybe your keyboard keys have come out or it has got dust accumulated. It's not working properly. In that case, how are you going to type it in the computer? Think about it. You might end up saying that, ma'am, then we will not be able to type in any information. No. Do you have a keyboard on your mobile phone? No, but still you type messages. How are you doing that? There is a automated keyboard which comes on your screen. What do we call for that? We call it as virtual keyboard. What do we call it as? We call it as virtual keyboard. Yes, exactly the same way, even a virtual keyboard is available inside our computer screen. How should we go about it? How can we start it? For that, you're supposed to click on Windows 7. In the Windows 7, on-screen keyboard can be accessed by like this. Click on the Start button, go to Accessories, then go to Ease of Access, and from there you can take on-screen keyboard. I repeat, click on the Start button, and then click on Accessories, and then go to Ease of Access. On-screen keyboard will be available for you. Isn't that interesting? So if you have any issues, the things are solved right now. Now, are you able to see my computer screen? Yes. Now I'll show you. See, can you see this keyboard which I have opened on my desktop? Yes, with this you can start typing anything using your mouse. Yes, using your mouse pointer, you can click any of the keys and the keys will work for you. This is what is a virtual keyboard. Now comes our mouse. Mouse is also an input device. Children, to point anything on the key, on the monitor screen, you are able to see, right? Are you able to see an pointer on the screen? Yes, like a small arrow which is moving on the screen. Yes, that is called as a mouse pointer. Why do we use? If whenever we want to point towards something, I want to point on mouse. See, my cursor, my mouse pointer is on the word mouse on your screen. Whenever we want to point anything on the desktop screen, we use mouse. Mouse is a pointing device. With the help of mouse, we can give instructions to the computer. Whenever we want to open a file, whenever we want to select a file, we use mouse pointer for that. These days, we get lots of wireless mouse. Yes, we get mouse which is wired. You can see on my screen, I have a mouse with me. This is a wired mouse. So if there are mouses which are wireless, which work on your internet Wi-Fi facility, Bluetooth facilities. A red light at the bottom of the mouse indicates that mouse is an optical mouse. Can you see on my screen? Yes, you are able to see my mouse is having a red light below that. So this is an optical mouse. Yes. Now one question to you all children. Saying that, see, how do we put information? Imagine I have a photo. I want to put this photo inside the computer. How do I do? See, generally what we'll do? We will take a picture of it and then email it and do it, right? Or whenever we take a picture from our mobile, we connect it through the wire to the laptop or computer and then we transfer the file. Yes, we do like this. Or we take a scan, right? We do cam scanning, right? That is nothing but taking a replica of it. It is like what the paper or the photo hard copy which you're having, make a soft copy of it in the computer or whatever hard copy you have, you want to transfer, there is a device called scanner. What it is? It is a scanner. One which you're able to see on your screen is a scanner. It looks like a small briefcase only, just like a laptop, but thinner than that. It is not having a keyboard or screen, but it just works like a Xerox machine. You put your images inside this, and with the help of light, the image, whatever you have kept here, can you see here? A photo is been kept, and if you scan, this hard copy of the photo turns into soft copy, and you will have a copy in your computer screen. So that way, whatever hard copy information we put inside the computer with the help of scanner, that's why we call the scanner also as an input device, children. Yes. Now, I just wonder, how does it directly go from keyboard to the monitor? Does the information directly travels from keyboard to monitor? No, it has to travel through CPU. Whatever information we put inside the computer, it goes and stores inside the CPU, where the CPU will understand whatever instructions we are giving, and it works on that. Yes, and the result, the CPU sends it to the output devices. So what is a CPU here? CPU is nothing but the central processing unit, the brain of the computer. It is also the brain of the computer. Why do we call it as a brain of the computer? Because it is where the processing happens, where the thinking happens, where the decision happens. And it tells to the other parts also what to do. It tells the monitor, show the result. It tells the keyboard, whatever information you're getting from the user, send it to me, right? So all these things are happening in the CPU. You can see over here CPU, yes, on your screen. This is your system unit, CPU, all right? And then you can see here, what is inside this one? Inside the CPU, you can see this many connections being placed. This is placed inside the system. And the CPU is placed here. It looks like this. It is the exact CPU. Yes. Also, children, just like how we have wireless mouse, as I said earlier, we have wireless keyboard also. And how do we connect? Using a connector. A small connector is put into the laptop or the computer system, which works as a Bluetooth connection for our wireless mouse and wireless keyboards. Yes, and these kind of wireless mouse and keyboards, they work and they get electricity from the batteries. Yes, this is how we can use a wireless keyboard and a wireless mouse. Now what happens in the CPU? Children, in CPU there are three kinds of things being done. Let me explain you with the help of an example. Now tell me, what are the different functions our brain does for us? Firstly, brain takes the decisions for us. It tells what is correct, what is wrong, or imagine you get a problem, brain thinks on that. Yes, what is the problem? And it decides what all things can be done to solve that problem. Yes, does somebody else do it for us? No, it is our brain which does for us. And then finally it works on that and solves the problem. This is the first thing. Second thing, brain controls all the different body parts. Yes, who tells me to shake my hand? It's the brain which is telling me. Who is asking me to speak up? It is the brain which is sending the signals to us. Yes, all the hand movements, all the legs movement, whenever we are running, we are writing. Who asks us to do that? Who makes us the instruction? It is our brain. So, and how to do the things? Who controls? All our body part is controlled by the brain. So this becomes the second function of the brain. Now, do you remember everything, whatever you study? Yes. Whichever event has happened? Yes, we do remember lot many things. We remember uh, whatever we have read, whatever functions we have attended. We remember all our friends' name. We remember everything, and animals' name, in and around surrounding us. We remember everything, plants, and the list is endless, correct? So now the third function of the brain is to have a memory. It stores all the information in the memory. So what all we did? Firstly, CPU, our brain helps us to make decisions. It processes the problem, it acts on the problems, it works on the problems, and then solves it. Secondly, it controls the body part, and thirdly, it remembers everything. So whenever we want to recall something, our brain brings back the memories and lets us remember the things. You might have met a friend like years back, and when you see back him again, you feel, right, I have seen this person somewhere. Your brain starts thinking the information stored about this person will be there inside the brain, so it tries to recall, right? So retrieving is also a part of brain's function. Now children, exactly the same way our CPU does. Our CPU controls all the part of the computer system. Now, what are the other parts of the computer system? Monitor, mouse, keyboard, printer, scanner. So it controls the flow of information. It takes the input from the keyboard, processes it, and gives to monitor. Then, or if we tell to play a song, it will give the information to speaker to play the song. It will give the instructions to each and every part of the computer system. It controls them. Firstly. Second, it also has memory. Whatever information you put inside the computer, the CPU of the computer stores all the information. It remembers everything inside its memory part, right? The next thing is processing. That is called as arithmetical logical unit. Now, what is arithmetical, children? Arithmetic means mathematics. Any problems which we solve in the mathematics, numeral numbers and everything, that is arithmetic. Okay, so your computer helps you to solve mathematics problem. Yes, it does. Then comes your logical. What do you mean by logical? Which is correct, which is wrong, true or false? Yes, this or that. We take such decisions, right? We can ask the computer also whether this is correct or this is wrong. Yes, which one is correct, or comparison between the two things. Such kind of logical work also computer does for us. That's the reason we call it as arithmetical logical unit. So all this processing part, you will tell a computer to play a song. So it will listen to computer will read the instructions, whatever you are given, and then it will act upon it. So if you ask it to play a song, it will search the song in its storage unit and it will give it the instructions to the speaker to play the song. Yes, this process of searching and giving instructions and supplying the song to the speaker part is the work of a CPU. Yes, children. So this is how a computer system works. And any information you put inside the computer, it holds back the information with it. It memorizes it. It stores the information until unless you delete it. With this, I keep my video stopped here itself. The further topics we will cover in our next video. Until then, bye-bye.